Eric Burgess here with Music Marketing TV, and today we're going to be looking at using the Pro-R by FabFilter to dial in some reverb on some drums to actually help them cut through a mix a little bit better. So I've got here this track that I've been working on. I'm going to go ahead and play for you the whole thing, but the drums that we are specifically interested in are the ones down here with their name drums. These are the ones we're going to be affecting. All right, so that's what we have to work with. Now, it hasn't actually been officially mixed yet. It's still very much we're producing, adding sounds, trying out different things, being very creative in the songwriting production sort of area. But one of the things that continually comes back to me is how can I get these drums to stick out more? And I'm thinking in the mix, I can get it to pop out a bit more. But one thing we can do actually, that's a pretty fast way to deal with it. So I really like these drums. They're just way on the darker side. They don't have very much tone in the higher end that gives them a lot of snap. So any way we can add that back in will be really helpful. So one way we could try and do that, besides just EQing, is to try out a Pro-R. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial the mix to like 50%. I'm going to go ahead and bring down the... I don't really care about this low end stuff, so I'm going to let that decay extremely quickly. And we're going to bring up some of the high end. We're going to take the EQ and boost it a bit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make it sound closer. We're going to bring down the decay to somewhere in the range of like 0.4 seconds. Clean chorus could be an interesting one, and we want a brighter sounding verb. And then you'd want to come in and sort of, fine tune your curves, maybe find a spot that sits well. Kind of like chorusy. I think I'm going to settle for somewhere around here. Maybe make it even brighter. Maybe even bring this down a bit more. So this is one way to very quickly sort of add in that high-end snap. I'm actually going to come in here and I'm also going to give it a bit of a boost right around here as well. Just really let that high-end cut through quite a bit better. This is one of the strongest points of the Pro-R too, is just being able to dial in an EQ at the same time you're dialing in a decay profile is just, it's really, really, really nice to get your verb to sit just right. So let's go ahead and do a before and after in context. So let's do the before first. So here it is before. All right, and here it is after. So it's quite a bit clearer. Now, of course, we added a whole bunch of high end, and that's helping tremendously help cut it through. And when we go back and I consider it as a proper mix down, turn everything down and consider each element individually as they come up, Might make a couple different decisions, but this is something that I think really helps the character of the track, allows it to cut through, and it's something that where these drums should really be more of these high drums, because we've already got so much going on in the low end. They probably don't need to be down there for that stuff. And it's also worth considering automating. So I have the same drums right here, and this might be a useful effect to automate up. So if we were to come over here and, for example, turn our mix. So I've just automated the mix. We could come in, have our mix start out at 0 and reach full blast right here. So that right here, they start off sort of in this low rumbly sort of riser section, and then they'll rise up, and then right here they'll be at their full brightness to add a different character when they hit. I've even actually made a note to myself to try switching up the drum libraries. This might be a great alternative to doing that, so I can keep the same drums but still keep the impact, because I was thinking about doing this just to keep interest right here and to make it sound, you know, exciting and different, because this is the drop area. So let's give this a quick listen. So you can see how the drums just sort of came a bit more forward, and then they're at their most forward right when the drop starts. So that could be another cool thing you could try out to help sort of add progression and interest to your mix in a way that isn't in the way of anything. It really adds to the direction you're going musically. If you've got any questions about this, feel free to drop a comment down below, subscribe and hit that bell icon for future videos, and have a blessed day.